Welcome back, everybody. My name is Lewis, and this week we're going to go a little bit lighter than last week's episode, and we're going to be reviewing 3 films by one director. And these are great films to watch, and I got turned on to this director, and I really want to make a point with this. So, without further ado, my name is Lewis, and this is another episode of Man Bites Film. And this week we're going to be reviewing Jeremy Saulnier films. Okay? The main feature one that I really want to review because I think it is his best work so far is Green Room. This is a 2015 film with starring Patrick Stewart and Alan Alkin. Probably butchered his name. Great actors, phenomenal actors. Every single one of these actors do a great job in moving the story forward. Now, the story, it revolves around this punk band that's trying to do a tour very much to the style of modern punk. I guess you could say that. They encountered this poser with a mohawk in one of the venues, and he was basically like an organizer for a concert, and he fell through. So because he felt bad and he was a poser, he decided to give him another project a little bit further down, a little bit more hardcore, I guess you could say, with a cousin of his. His cousin is a skinhead. So the place that they're going to play the concert at is basically a Nazi rally, I guess you could say. And they start their reactions to the skinheads, and as soon as they drive up to the place and everything is priceless. The things that come out of their mouths are priceless. These guys, the script in this is so solid, and you could tell this guy knows this type of atmosphere, this type of environment, because it's so spot on perfect. Okay? So the dialogue is very well written. The pacing of this film is deliberate and perfect. I can't see a single flaw with it. The music in this is so good, so good. The cinematography, it takes his other films to another level, and that's saying a lot from this guy. Okay, he does very subtle cinematography, which is the hardest thing to do. It's very easy to get beautiful shots or do post-production shots or do just set up the camera and go. This guy does deliberate shots in such an angle that you get the action, but it's done so artfully and it doesn't take away from the viewing of the film. I watched Green Room again and I bought it right after I watched it. That's how good this was, okay? That I decided to buy it right off the bat. That's how great this film is, okay? And it basically is very, it gives you this very energized feel while you're watching it. And it revolves around something that they realized, this band realizes when they're playing the show. And they kind of caught a glimpse of something that they shouldn't have and get mixed up into this huge events that unfold. And it's very limited location, limited storytelling, very easily done. But the way that it's presented, the way that Saulnier does the job that he's supposed to do, it's so subtle and so perfectly thought out, so methodic. The way that the pacing is, the scenes, each scene evolves into the next scene, into the next scene, into the next scene, so perfectly that it flows seamlessly, and it's so perfect the way the events unfold and realistic, which is so very hard to do nowadays and to see nowadays. He does a perfect job with this. And the music, there's one moment in this film that caught my attention instantly. They walked into this bar. They see that it's all Nazis. They realize that it's a skinhead fest. And they're like, they all look at each other and they go, no. And I was like, oh, I'm a Punk fan. I grew up as a Punk fan. And the thing that was going through my head is like, oh my god, that would be so awesome if they play Nazi Punk's Fuck Off. And a moment later, they play Nazi Punk's Fuck Off. And I just lost it laughing. I loved it. From that moment on, I was hooked. And this movie has hundreds of those moments. It's so well done. If you like gore, if you like good storytelling, suspenseful storytelling, if you just want to watch a good film that it evolves so easily, it's not a hard movie to follow, it's not an artistic fartsy film, it's not a film buff movie, it's not hard to access, it's very easy access. Girlfriend could watch it, mothers could watch this, and they will all be fine doing this. So it's a very accessible film. This film needs to get more traction. Please rent this film, buy this film. It's well worth it. I give this a 9 out of 10. Correction, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Okay, the only reason that it didn't get a perfect score is because it's not streaming. That's the only thing, and it's gonna impact my decision on this, because yeah, it's easy access for everybody. So 0.5 of a point because it's not streaming. That's the only reason this isn't a perfect film and up there on my top 20 of all time. That's how good this film is. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoy our next segment, which is our feature artist, and stick around for the other 2 movies by Saulnier.
That
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Lewis, and I hope you guys really enjoyed our feature artists. You guys caught a little glimpse of my Halloween madness getting into effect already. The next film that I want to review is called Murder Party. This is a nice lead up into, into the season, one of my favorite seasons, the Halloween season. And I really want to point this out that Halloween is one of my favorite seasons. I love doing the dress up, the horror films, all that stuff. I love all that shit. It's great, it's fun, and all that stuff. And then right after that, Christmas is my favorite holiday right after. I love the family aspect of it and all that stuff. I really do. So, sorry, I detoured a little bit on that one. Murder Party. This is another Jeremy Saulnier film, and it's basically very basic concept. And this is a 2007 film about this guy that he's kind of a loser, loner type of thing, and he's kind of trying to figure out what to do for Halloween. So he's like, he kind of caught like an invitation that these people printed out, and it was kind of flying around on the floor, and he picked it up and he was like, invitation to murder party. He's like, oh, what the hell is this? So he goes dressed up and he builds his own suit, like a knight in shining armor type of thing, but very, very like homemade, I guess you could say. And he walks into this place, and it's basically in like a shady part of town. And he walks into the room where the party's at. It's a bunch of hipsters, but I mean like the worst kind of hipsters. These hipsters that swear that they're the hot shit of the world. And then they are throwing this party for the ultimate hipster in their group or in their school, I guess you could say. And the whole story is kind of lame and kind of stupid, but it's fun if you want to put in the background of a party and all that stuff and watch this while it's going on, especially a Halloween party. I think it would be really cool to watch, and it's fun. I give this a 5 out of 10 because there's no great storytelling, there's no great anything. It's just a fun movie. It's a fun movie to play in the background and not really pay attention to it, honestly. You just gotta turn off your brain and watch. Have fun. Enjoy this. This is actually a very carefree movie. It's basically it's making fun of hipsters and making fun of the stupidities and things that they say. And that's very spot on, actually. I think they did a very good job. So I don't really want to talk that much more about this. This is something you're going to have to send away for, too. Green Room, same thing. You have to actually send away for it. And so do you have to do for the next film that I want to review, which is Blue Ruin. Blue Ruin is a 2013 film. Again, same director. And this is a phenomenal film. It's a suspense thriller murder movie. Okay? Very to the style of Green Room. Very subtle, dark humor, very subtle suspense. It's like, I could imagine like a mix of It Follows and like Green Room, I guess you could say. It's kind of a mix between those two. It's a mashup of that. And it basically revolves around this guy that he loses his parents, and the guy that killed his parents is just being released from jail. That's all I want to say about this film. The cinematography is phenomenal. There's certain aspects of this film that I loved. Loved how they shot this. It's just, you could literally grab snippets of this film, take a still shot of it. It's a beautiful image. Every time he had a cover page on every single still image that you take from this film. It's so well paced. The music is so deliberate, so perfect in the pacing of the film and the development of the characters. There's not a single ounce of fat in this film. It kind of follows this pace and resolves itself by the end of the film. And it leaves it kind of open so you could figure it out and want more from these characters. But it wraps up the main storyline, which is the main focus of the film. But it leaves open just the way our lives are. So it's very realistic, characters are very realistic. The outcomes of these scenarios are extremely realistic. Like certain situations that they get into and they fall into in the film are scenarios that's how I would have played it out too. That's what I would have done. That's how my reaction would have been. So it's like, it's so perfect because of that. There was not a single moment that I was like, that wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't have happened. It's very realistic, very good, very entertaining film, worth buying, worth renting, worth sending away for. So please check this out. This one's Blue Ruin. So Green Room, excellent film, 9.5 out of 10. It's 2015 film. Murder Party, 5 out of 10. Worth sending away for, worth buying if you're into that horror film or making fun of hipster type of films. Blue Ruin, definitely worth owning. This is definitely a great film to send away for. Unfortunately, none of these films are streaming. Blue Ruin, I give an 8 out of 10. This is an excellent film. It's one of my favorites. And I really want to follow the work of Jeremy Saulnier from here on out, because he is a director to keep in focus and keep your eye on him, because he's making excellent films. Both easy access and very great films. Very Christopher Nolan style films. This is a director that we will be seeing a lot in the future from. So again, I hope you guys liked this episode. My name is Lewis, and this is another episode of Man Bites Film. I'll see you guys next week.